What's up with your dogs?
The two,
whoa.
one, both rescues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Both
you have to
rescues.
because you're in LA now. You can't have a non-rescue.
I like the idea of
You
having
like
a
the
rescue.
rescue?
Yeah.
I bought her from a pet store
I go.
15 years ago before it was a big deal.
Yeah.
And I got her and I picked her up it was a gift from my ex. And
Yeah, I met this little girl before.
yeah, you met her before. Well, here's the thing with Omar. Omar's on the way out.
15's pretty long.
She's 15, 16. She got a heart murmur. Last time she was here, she was coughing really weirdly. Took her to the vet. She got a heart murmur, fluid in the lungs. I'm being cavalier about it. I'm going to be devastated, of course. But I'm also very realistic in that, like, I'm not going to let them milk me. Because I see this happen every time.
We got milked.
This is what they do. They go, okay. They go, you need to take your dog to a cardiologist. So I need to go to a heart doctor for my dog. Okay, well, hold on, Yeah. And then it's like, and I watch all my friends do this with their dogs. You got an old ass dog. She's already on 2 medications. They start falling apart. And then they fuck you. They go, okay, you know what? You need this, like, you need to give the dog brain surgery. They do some, and then you give the dog surgery and it dies in 2 months.
Remember my wife's ex dog, the old dog, Frank, the Shar-Pei, was Garcia's old dog.
I remember that dog.
Yeah, that dog was kidney failure, the whole thing. We had to go to doctors. It was fucking crazy.
And it doesn't work.
It didn't work.
It doesn't work.
It kept him alive a little longer, but
that's every.
But it was like he was ready to. Yeah, he was on his last leg.
Yeah, I don't think she's there yet.
I actually texted one of my employees last night. She had lost her dog, and I said, "Listen, it's like losing a family member." I was like, "Yo, do what you got to do.
Yeah,
you got to take off or whatever."
It's very sad, but it's also
it was. When losing that dog was tougher than losing any. Like, I'm not even gonna front. Like losing. Like people, always, like it was, it fucked you up, man. It was really because there's no like, it's just love. It's like it's not to sound cheesy, but it's like,
no, I know,
I
like low key, like I took her to the vet.
Man's best friend,
yeah. And I'm not trying to like.
We're starting off this podcast on a real somber note.
Hey, I gotta address the look, man, bringing her.
Yeah, no,
she's a mess. She's a good girl though. I mean, she's still
holding up all right now.
Yeah, she's doing good. She might. You never know. Like, I'm gonna give her a heart medicine, and we'll see what happens. But I'm not gonna do this thing where like they send me down some road and they send me to a specialist in fucking Zurich. I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like it's just not fair to either one of us. And also, like, I'm gonna throw. Not this sounds terrible and mercenary, but like I'm gonna throw fucking 10 grand into someone that's gonna die in a month. Like, she's. I know that sounds horrible, but also I will say this that like. This guy with the WebMD pets. Man. I took her to the vet and then I came home.
There's no right or wrong answer.
There's no right or wrong answer, right? It's a personal matter. So at any moment I could just be like, take her out. No, I took her to the vet and I came home and I realized I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna come home when she's gone and she's not gonna be here, and it fucked me up. I was like, oh, and I know it's.
Oh, she's gonna be like, she sleeps with you, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna be months where you're gonna still think she's in the bed.
Yeah, and I've
it's
gone
gonna fuck you up. It fucks up the toughest dudes too.
Oh, what are you kidding? This dog, like, listen, this dog was
seen it all,
changed my life, saved, all that shit, and seen it all.
Yep.
15 years, she's seen some terrible shit. Yeah, she was around when I was fucking being
when you forgot to walk her.
Oh yeah,
you didn't come home the night before.
yeah. She's like, where the fuck were you? I'm like, oh, I was out. Yeah. Yeah, and also it's just been like, I've gone through a series of changes this year, and this is the last thing that's happening. It's like everything that was one way is now another way, and everything that was normal. So like my house is empty, everything's empty, but it's like it's okay. It's like this is how
you purged.
No, I didn't. I mean, I didn't purge. I moved. My ex left.
You got rid of a lot of stuff.
All this, I did get rid of a lot of stuff. Yeah. But it's just a weird.
Feels good.
It feels good. It's weird. But it's good. It's all these things are good, right? It's fucking change is good, right?
Yeah, change is good.
You move into new things, you find out what you're working with, and you figure things out, and everything's great. And yeah, Omar, honestly too. Also, she might just stick around just for a couple more years to piss me off. Who knows? I'm not gonna prematurely put her down. Everyone, don't freak out. But I'm also not gonna fucking spend $74,000 for experimental inner ear surgery. That you know what I mean? Because it's
I don't think you got to explain yourself.
I don't have to explain myself, right?
15's.
Fuck it, let's go put her down now. Let's take get a remote. Let's go.
Man, I can't handle that.
Wire her up.
Not on a Monday. What camera do we look at? Just all of them?
Just keep looking at all of them.
This one's you if you want.
This is so many fucking cameras.
There's a lot of cameras in there. This is the whole point. I think we did it at your house.
I used to, yeah. We used to do it at the crib. I like the old setup because it's very like it was in my living room out of necessity.
It was a little more relaxed.
It was homey, yeah. We're still figuring out what the set's going to be. I don't know.
This is good.
It's all right. I think it could use a little more character. I don't love the soundproofing. You know, we're gonna do some rebranding soon.
Yeah.
So everyone, listen. It's a Powerful Truth Angel show. Today on the show we have Uncle Paulie of Uncle Paulie's Deli and other things. I was thinking about this driving in. You have very New York looking eyes.
New York eyes?
I just feel like because you have blue eyes, but like
I have resting New York face.
There's something about here that just says New York, and I'm like, do I look like LA? Because this dude really looks like New York.
Kinda.
I don't know.
You kind of now that you mention it.
I have like an LA face.
Yeah.
And I was going through my reels and I was thinking about Bronson too, right? Like your boys are Bronson, and I was thinking about him and
he's got a New York guy. He's got some New York guys too.
He's definitely got New York guys, and all my interactions with that dude have been like, because you get to know people over the course. I don't know him that well, but peripherally we've interacted.
Yes. He was on the podcast.
He's on the podcast a couple times. Good guy. He goes to the gym sometimes. Used to, and all my interactions with him have been very like solid. Like it's just like I'll be here. I'll do this. Here's what like
he's when he says he's gonna be somewhere at 9:00, he when I tell him like, yo, meet me over at the gym or whatever, he's by the book. Yeah, he's by the book.
And that's
and no we don't have to check in like, yo, you sure you're gonna make that's in LA, like that's are we still on? Like that's no. So I told you Tuesday that's what it's gonna be, and he's always there.
That stereotype is true. New Yorkers are direct, and LA we're just full of shit.
Yeah, if I can't make it, I'll let you know I can't make it.
Yeah. We're just like, I mean, I don't know, I'll be there, and then you see a fucking butterfly and you chase that fucking thing. Yeah,
I was there early.
Look, he does have. Look at the eyes.
Yeah,
he's got the New York eyes. Look at that guy. You were here earlier, having a smoke in the parking lot.
Yeah, no, I don't smoke.
No, not a smoke. He was meditating in the parking lot.
He was having a vape in the parking lot.
Is that a bleep?
No, it's not. No, it's not. It's all good. We haven't got there yet. We haven't got to the bleep section.
Okay.
Half of the show is on Patreon. Remember, guys, like and subscribe. But more importantly, if you don't buy the Patreon, it's $5 a month.
It's nothing.
I mean, what are you talking about here? $5 is like not even an extra topping at your sandwich shop. Like $5 is like what? It's a cost of half a Coke at this point. Like, what are you kidding me? It's like 50 cents. $5 a month. You get the uncensored premium content. That's where we say all the curse words. That's where we talk about the dirty shit. But it's that happens halfway through the show. That's how we structured it. So if you don't have $5 a month to spend on the best digital content you've ever listened to and seen in your life, then I don't know why you're living. Am I wrong?
It's virtually free.
It's virtually free.
$5 is nothing.
$5
in this day. I mean,
it's a joke.
Yeah.
So we're gonna talk to Uncle Paulie about like first of all, the sandwich shop. We'll go backwards. We'll start here. We'll start at the end. The sandwich shop.
Yep. Sandwich shop.
How many years is it?
4 years? Been 6.
6 years.
Yeah, I've been in LA for 8.
Yeah.
And it's been 6. Yeah.
6 years.
Yeah. Took me a year to figure out what I wanted to do out here.
Yeah.
And then, we started trying to get it together. I had the idea, me and my partner Buscemi.
Yeah.
And then we opened 6 years ago in June.
Shemi's got his finger in a lot of pies.
He's doing his thing. Yeah.
He's really good. He's part of the Truff thing.
Yeah, Truff, Wolves, Luso's the ones I'm wearing right now.
Oh yeah, the Luso. I forgot about those guys. The
comfortable, man. I was a Birkenstock guy, but then
Now you switched over.
I switched over. He's a more like aerodynamic, sporty.
Yeah. He's doing some.
I still got the Birks, but every day I
those are the clean.
If I wear them to like the deli and stuff, I'm just
pick up the kids.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah, you can wear those on the deli floor.
Yeah.
I'm
making a pair.
You're making a
like a closed toe one that's going to be for Uncle Paulie's. Yeah.
Okay. Well, here's the thing that he did.
Like a kitchen shoe.
I remember when you started. Yeah, kitchen shoe.
Yeah.
I remember when you started. You're like, right out the gate. You're like, we're going to the fuck is that trade show in China?
Oh, I forget what the name of it was. Yo Hood.
Yeah.
Was it Yo Hood or one of those?
Yeah, we were talking. You're like, I'm going to Yo Hood, and I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? You have a sandwich shop.
Yeah.
And it was like right out the gate, and I was like, what is this guy doing? Like, because I think that if you started 6 years ago. It was maybe the beginning of everything, like because everything old is rebranded for like the newer consumer, right? And everything that was one thing is now done in a new way. Like, it's not that anything is new; it's just rebranded. And doing a sandwich shop and
it's not. I didn't try and reinvent the wheel. I just did it I did it for like us. Like there was always there's always sandwich shops that you go to Bay Cities. They're 80 years old and But I did one for the boys, the homies. Just something.
Fun fact about me.
I used to work there. Yeah, I know. You told me. Yeah, you told me. Yeah,
I already told you that. I repeat
numerous
myself.
times.
People hate women.
Well, you didn't say it on the podcast, I'm sure.
No, have I said this? I used to work at Bay Cities and
institution. People are like, you're not Bay Cities. I'm like, dude, you even mentioned to me in the same sentence as Bay Cities. I'm flattered. Like they've been around. Dude, they're baking their own bread. They've been there. Dude, they got it dialed in.
They
like
come from Pioneer
I'm not
bread,
trying to compete with anybody. I don't give a.
Yeah.
You know, it's like LA with taco shops. Like you go to like Pavilions parking lot. There's a guy making fire tacos, like in the gas station across the street. Dude, like there's room for everybody. Like,
of course there is.
Yeah. And so I never got into that whole, you know. I'm like,
everyone wants to be territorial.
It's too much. It's like, dude, I'm just trying to make some sandwiches. If you want to come through.
Right.
Go to the other spot. I go to other places too.
My first day working at Bay Cities, I was a kid, and it was after the earthquake.
How old were you?
I mean, it was after the big earthquake, so the early 90s, I would guess.
The Northridge one?
I was like maybe early 20s.
That's Northridge, right? That's the one
the big
she always talks about.
I want to say that's 94.
94, yeah.
So I was
that's
like,
the one that people are traumatized by.
Yeah, people were traumatized. I was like, so it was right after that, and so I was in my teen years, and I worked there. Yeah, that would put me probably something like that. Yeah, and I worked there, and the first day it was like they had me just cleaning oil off the ground. Right, I was just a grunt.
You gotta just
I'm just cleaning. I'm scrubbing fucking floors. I'm in the basement, and then I take a break and I go in the bathroom. I just thought about this today. I go in the bathroom and sit on the toilet because I worked nonstop, hands and knees, just scrubbing, and I sit on the toilet and I just go like this. I fall asleep.
Oh, I bet, yeah.
And fucking Bob, one of the owners, just opens the door because he knew what I was doing, and I remember now in hindsight. If I had agency as a kid, I would be like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Yeah,
but instead, I was like, "Busted."
Yeah.
And he's, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Fuck," and I had to go back to work. But
yeah, I've worked jobs like that, dude. I worked crazy grunt work, like
dude,
yeah, taking a nap in the bathroom.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I've done all that shit, fucking plumbing, roofing, all that shit.
Yeah, all that roofing I used to do. I used to do roofing, auto body shop, my uncle's auto body shop in the store, like.
Oh yeah,
him screaming at me all day.
Yeah,
wet sanding, like just I did everything.
It puts things in perspective when you're like making sandwiches.
That's what I kind of
and you're yelling at people about sesame seeds now.
Yeah, well, I'm not yelling at anybody.
He would never yell. This guy never.
No, I'm pretty cool. I'm pretty cool. My employees, they get it. I'm not trying to be the bad guy.
Right, you don't want to.
I hired somebody to do that.
I mean, it's a. How many shops are there now?
3.
It's a lot of shops. That's a lot of fucking sandwiches.
A lot of sandwiches, a lot of shops. I'm opening in Vegas this year.
Oh shit,
that's gonna be a lot of work. Traveling back and forth from there, and but yeah, 3 shops are rocking. Studio City downtown. And,
so you quickly did the thing that is.
Back to China though. They wanted
China.
They were bringing all the brands out there, and I kind of aligned myself with I knew them because I used to work for Frank 151.
Oh, okay, yeah, that connects.
I knew Edison Chen and all those guys that were doing that festival, and they wanted to bring American food out to China because they don't got sandwiches out there.
Oh yeah.
They don't have sandwiches.
Right.
Like they were looking at these things like they were fucking like like they were looking at them like they
like UFOs.
They didn't know what they didn't know what it was.
They're like eating it sideways.
So we brought them out there, and we had like the festival was more of like bringing America to China because I guess they opened up the pipeline out there in Shanghai, and, like these young kids.
So you flew out the bread and the cuts and all that stuff?
I got bread from Hong Kong.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it was crazy. I don't even remember honestly exactly how we did it. They had somebody that it was very expensive.
You were making merch.
I made merch for it. Yeah, that did well.
That's the thing about your place is that because I'm sure a lot of these places now are like trying to figure out how to integrate themselves into what the current social media landscape, because these are old school sandwich shops. These are like, these people know what the fuck's going on.
Everybody's doing merch now.
Right. Yeah.
But they always did merch. Like, you go to a but now it's more of
it's different.
You can buy it on their website now. Before you had to go to the actual shop and get a sandwich. They have a dusty hat on the counter or something.
Right. But you have a hat that became iconic pretty quickly.
Yeah.
And it just takes one picture, which
it
did for you, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like that was a couple years ago, and I think
this guy's good over
that
here
propelled you.
with the fucking Google.
Oh, is he popping up with the Pete Davidson hat? Google
he wasn't even the first one.
He wasn't. Who's the first guy?
Travis Scott, probably.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah.
How the fuck did he get? How did they get these?
He lived around the corner from me.
Really?
Yeah, he lived around the corner from the deli. And he used to come in, and he just grabbed the hat off the shelf. Look at him, James Harden. Yeah, it was crazy. Bro. I owe a lot to him. I mean, he looked out.
That's crazy.
And he would just get sandwiches with him and his boys. Chase B, his DJ.
Right.
They lived on the block over there off Beverly.
Right.
He doesn't live there anymore, so I could say that. And that was it. He wore it like when the Houston Astros won the look at him on courtside. I mean, yeah. So the hat went off because kids were like, this is this was prime Travis Scott.
Right.
All the kids. And the kid brought this guy brought the dunks back.
Yeah.
I mean,
and people love a non company hat thing. It's like, oh, it's still
it tied back to like a real thing.
Yes.
I think that also helped that it tied back to like an actual sandwich shop where people could actually go eat and kind of have an experience as opposed to, you know, a designer that they don't even know or, you know, that type of shit. So it was just like blue collar. It was honestly, just, yeah.
Guys, Rocket Money, like and subscribe. Remember, guys, like, subscribe, join the Patreon, like, subscribe. Blah, 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 blah. The werewolf walks slowly in the marsh and dreams of painting pictures. The werewolf walks slowly in the marsh and dreams of taking pictures of himself. The selfie god removes his own inquiries about his desired location. The selfie god removes his own inquiries about the desired location. I am a broadcaster. My mouth is a tool to sell the words from my gullet. My gullet is the place where my brain sends letters. Letters, ROCKETMONEY. Rocket Money, formerly known as Truebill, is a personal finance app that finds and cancels your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, God, I need that, and helps you lower your bills. All in one place. Maybe it would stop me from buying the same brand of shoes in 2 different colors that no one likes but me. But let me tell you something. 80% of people have subscriptions they forgot about, like that streaming service you bought to watch just one show or that free trial that you never, ever use. Fuck me for doing that. I do that shit all the time. I'm highly susceptible. I'm highly marketable. I get caught out there slipping. Instagram has my number and it's selling me shit always. And you know what? Everything is a motherfucking subscription. Like and subscribe, follow the Patreon, subscribe to us. We're the only thing that matters. Rocket Money will quickly and easily identify your subscriptions for you so you can stop paying for the ones you don't want. Simply find the sub you don't want and press cancel, and Rocket Money will cancel it for you. Can you imagine? Boom, cancel, done, gone forever. Fuck off. I'm not paying that money. No more long hold times with customer service or tedious emailing back and forth. Rocket Money makes canceling subscriptions as easy as a click of a button. Over 3 million people have used Rocket Money, saving the average person up to 720 smackaroos a year. Again, I talk about the subs that I get. I talk about ordering the Zeus channel. I talk about subbing to like a TV, like we all have the Criterion channel. Am I even using it? Do I watch anything on Criterion channel? No. I end up watching dumb shit on fucking Hulu because my brain is a sieve full of trash and I should be watching art films and enriching myself, but instead I'm paying for something just to tell people that I have the fucking Criterion channel, and that's very sad, and I outed myself. Do you discover any unused subscriptions you forgot about? How easy was it? I told you it's easy. You press cancel and it disappears. Poof. You know, poof. That little noise when you cancel, when you erase something. Stop throwing your money away, cancel unwanted subscriptions, and manage your expenses the easy way by going to rocketmoney.com/PTA. That's rocketmoney.com/PTA. rocketmoney.com/PTA. Let's fucking go and cancel these subs before they cancel you. Like and subscribe. rocketmoney.com, baby. I love you. And so... Yeah, I mean, I think...
Yeah, the hat went off.
Now what are you doing? Are you doing a whole fucking line?
I still sell the hats. I still sell merch. I still, the online shop goes off. Yeah. You know, every time we drop something, it's fun. Just keeping it, from day one, like my inspiration was always Hard Rock Cafe. Oh yeah, all that merch. Remember that merch back in the day? And like the plumber, like Tony's tow trucks, and like Bobby's, that type of like Bobby's plumbing with the address. Funny, slow, we'll unclog anything or whatever. So that's kind of what we just kept.
My inspo for 10
exactly. You remember you were doing, you were knuckle sandwich. I still have the paint drawings that you were doing for me before I even opened up the deli.
Oh yeah.
I should actually send them to you so you could put them on.
I should update those.
But that was always my my inspiration, like just tying back to the shop. With the phone number and the address. So we kind of never steered away from that. And that did really well because, Japan, they love that Americana shit. They love a phone number and an address.
Oh, yeah.
So, I just kept it,
We're giving up too much sauce here. I mean, not that people don't know this, but some people don't know this. You know what I mean?
I'm giving up too much sauce?
No. We are. We're we're kicking out some trade secrets here.
Is that a bleep? You want me to bleep it?
No, it doesn't matter. So, yeah, I mean...
but it does really well. It's fun. And it's great marketing. Because people are always asking, what's that hat, or if they know it, or it does really well at the delis when somebody comes in, grabs a sandwich.
Right.
If they love it, they run back into the shop. Let me get a hat too, because they want to rep their, And now everybody's got merch.
Yeah,
it's fucking crazy.
It's the world it's a crazy place, man. It's like and also you just don't know.
I mean,
the way shit hits.
There's all festivals. I mean, there's family style. It's all, the whole thing's based on sandwich, sandwich merch, but restaurant merch. It's this guy's doing a collab with this person.
That's the hundreds.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, it's a trip, man. I don't know. This stuff is wow, he's really Googling his ass off, isn't
he? Yeah, he's killing it.
Yeah, so now you're doing the thing where you're like, because I feel like with restaurants, right? You know, everyone says it's really hard to make money in a restaurant, but you have to open a bunch. That's when you start making cash.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I don't, it also helps that I'm not like a conventional restaurant, obviously. I'm a sandwich shop. So, it's quick. You're in and out 15 minutes. It's slow. It's a small ticket. It's not like a, it's not I wouldn't say it's not like a John and Vinny's or or whatever, Bestia, those are, it's quick service, fast, order on the apps, delivery. Right. You're sitting by the pool, you're sitting on the couch, you could just order Uber Eats. And so it's a little easier. I'm not saying it's easier to make money in that sense, but it's, the
turnover's fast. You can
fast.
Over. You're not like cooking shit.
No,
I mean,
we are cooking meatballs.
But
it's not, it's not like sit down. It's, we could,
I haven't had
sell
one.
hundreds of sandwiches a day without,
I haven't had one since the beginning when you open. I know, but you don't need sandwiches. I don't need bread, bro. Yeah. I mean, once in a while, but once in a while I'll fucking ball out and have some bread. But it's like
That's the old shop. That's the Vegas shop. Look, oh shit, look, they got the Vegas one up there.
That's the new shop.
Yeah.
Where is it, in a casino?
Yeah, it's in a new casino that's opening up.
Get the fuck out of here. What casino? In a new casino?
Yeah, they're building it right now.
Oh shit.
They're like putting the roof on and shit. Called the Durango. It's like it caters to, so it kind of makes sense for us because if we did do the Wynn or something like that, it would just look like a money grab. But this is actually like caters to the people that live in Vegas, the workers, the car dealers, the showgirls, whatever. Right. It's like, it's kind of where they live. So it kind of makes sense because I kind of opened up to be like, the neighborhood deli. Yeah. So this is kind of, it's
how do you think you can expand at this? Like, cause you're doing that, you're moving pretty fast. Like how do you expand in this fashion quickly? What does that take?
It takes a good formula, like, you have the Bible and you kind of like, I got my sandwiches. I went to school. Branding. I mean, I went to school. The first one was hell. Like, it took us like a year and a half to get open because, I didn't know that change of like, if you're changing like a t-shirt shop to a restaurant, you had to go through I knew you had to go through permitting process, but I didn't know it was to that extent. Like they put me through the ringer. Like it took me like, health department, just everything, city planning, handicap accessibility and all that stuff. But I think if you got a right formula and you got a right, the right brand and the right playbook, you could kind of pop up. I mean, not anywhere. Like it's going to be tough for me to open up in Idaho, but
you don't have
Vegas
to
is only 45 minutes away.
But is it organic or do you have to bring in investors?
You'd have to bring in like it could be organic depending on how well you do. You do have to definitely, if you want to open up, it's nice to say this is the Vegas deal. Is it all me?
Right.
I don't want to give away my deal, but it's, I'm partnering with the casino.
Yeah.
I got to come there and, obviously kick the tires and kiss babies and shake hands and all that stuff. But they actually have like, they have an infrastructure that's going to help me run it.
Right.
So I kind of give them, the playbook and they, they play by it.
Very sick.
That's it. Yeah.
So let's run it back to New York.
Yeah.
Right. Way back. So you've been
39 years ago.
Yeah. Is that how old you are?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll be 40 in July.
Okay. So you've been around for a minute. And you've probably seen a lot of shit out there.
Mm-hmm.
Because I remember going out there and I think in the early days of Born and Raised, we'd pop out there and see you out there and shit before you moved here.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I used to come out here and kick it with you guys too.
Yeah.
Likewise.
Yeah. There's a lot of...
Like when Sponto used to live like off Fairfax.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy times, man.
He was one of the he was one of the main reasons why I moved to LA, like linking with him and Gark and some of the other homies out here. Like I was like, oh, you get a misconception when you live in New York and LA.
Yeah.
But it's not true. But you get the it's like everybody's phony, this or that.
Right.
You get that. It's obviously not true, but you get that. Everybody, the guy with the frosted tip in the G-Wagon, like I don't hang out with that dude.
Yeah.
And then I met homies and I was like, oh shit, these guys are just like me, but just like
Well, those are the guys that give all
just
these
a bunch of degenerates just hanging out with each other.
Right.
Yeah.
And the guys that give LA or New York or whatever a bad name are the guys that come from somewhere else and try to emulate what they think it is.
That's what everybody's like, oh, New York is so rude.
Yeah.
It's all the guys from Connecticut or no offense to Connecticut, but it's all the people that come there, that watch SVU, that think they're gonna be like, if somebody asks them if somebody asks them for directions, no. No. You ask me for directions, I'm gonna give you fucking directions to the A train. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna be an asshole about it, but that's like the kind of mindset that people have, and you're like, they got to be like tough.
Yeah.
When you don't got to be, I mean, you do got to be tough, but you know what I mean? It's not the New Yorkers that are the ones that are.
If you're actually tough, you don't have to be tough.
There you go.
You know, it's not a big deal.
The loud ones aren't really tough.
Yeah. And it's like, you know, most times when you actually talk to people when you actually talk to locals in a way, like in a normal way, they're polite.
Yeah.
And they'll help you out most times.
Yeah.
Sometimes, you know, look, you go to the wrong place, they will take advantage of you and they're going to fucking rob you or something, but mostly not. You're fine.
Yeah, New York was fun when you guys used to come out there.
Oh, yeah.
That was like kind of towards the end when I was getting burnt out.
Yeah. And I used to go out there before, or in the early thousands. I was out there a lot fucking around, like when I was younger.
I seen that photo these guys posted. It was pretty fire.
Oh, the Espo. Yeah. I was out there. I was just fucking running amok. And
you were a good crew.
Yeah.
To run amok with.
Yeah, for sure. Those guys are fucking, you know, something else, man. And some of those photos too, we like took a trip to TJ. I mean, it was like,
yeah,
you know, they would come out here, I would go out there, blah blah blah. We'd run around. It was just like, I didn't have any responsibilities. I don't think at the time. I don't know what I was doing.
Me neither.
But right, you're just like.
I mean, I had jobs and stuff. I went to work, but it was just like, you know, I was probably in my 20s. Yeah, I was in my late 20s when you met me.
Right. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Fuck, it's been that long, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I moved here 8 years ago. I knew you guys for quite. I was coming out here back and forth for about 3 years before that.
Right. And even before then, what part of New York did you grow up in?
I grew up in Queens, Flushing.
In Queens.
Yeah.
And
like kind of by where the Mets play, U.S. Open, that area over there, the junkyards. I don't know if you probably drive past it when you land in JFK or LaGuardia.
I don't know. Like
I grew up between both airports in Queens.
What's Queens about? What's that like?
Queens was a melting pot, you know. It was like, there you go. Look, that's a fucking scenic. The fucking junkyards in Flushing. The Iron Triangle, they called it. That's what we used to, you know, kids used to steal car parts and bring them there and
Iron
buy
Triangle.
Jordans.
Holy shit.
Flip them. Growing up in Queens was pretty diverse, man. I mean, you go, you know, you get on the 7, I mean, you probably heard it before, but if you get on the 7 train, it's like you go through every single culture, ethnicity, you know, food. It's just everything, you know. Like me and my boy Dave's Croatian, my other boy Roger's Colombian, my other boy Andy's Greek, my boy Avi's Albanian, my boy, you know, it's just like that type of shit. It's like everybody was Korean, Chinese. It was just a melting pot of just, that's it right there. That's
New York, I think that's New York is good like that because
is that my house right there? I think you just Googled my house.
This is house. New York is good like that because it's like because you're in LA. You know, LA is still fucking segregated.
Hell yeah, it's like crazy. Invisible borders, man.
It's all broken nuts. Up. Yeah,
yeah. I trip off that.
It's weird, right?
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah,
like where I live, like. You know, it's like I live in a nice area, but like you go 2 blocks, like 4 blocks to the right, it's just like the Citizen app's just fucking firing off.
Guy with a sword always.
Yes,
there's always a guy with a sword on the Citizen app.
Yeah,
always. Yeah, but in New York, everywhere, I mean, everyone's on the street, everyone's interacting, and from every socioeconomic, fucking racial, it's all a mix.
Yeah, the schools were very mixed. You know, it didn't really. It was like it was very, you know.
Is Angelo from Queens too?
Angelo went to my high school. Yeah.
Oh, he did. Oh, you guys know each other from back then?
No, but he didn't. Well, he was older than me, but I think he graduated as soon as I became a freshman.
Oh yeah.
He's a little bit older than me. But yeah, Andrew's from Queens. He's from Jamaica.
So what was your early life in Queens like? What were you up to?
Just running the streets, man. We were just running. We hung out at parks a lot, schoolyards and stuff. Played handball.
You guys were pop locking and shit.
You can hear my stomach growling on that mic.
No, I
haven't eaten yet. No, we weren't pop locking. No, that was a little before our time.
Shit.
But yeah, we were just hanging out in parks. You know.
You know what I saw? You know what I saw on Instagram? I saw some kids in the middle of the
hop on the train, going to Manhattan, obviously, that type of shit.
Right. Go to the Lower East Side.
Yeah.
Fuck around.
Yeah.
My mom's from there.
Yeah, you told me, yeah.
I saw some kids in New York literally playing stickball. I was like, what the fuck?
That was a thing.
I saw it on Instagram the other day.
Yeah.
I'm like, they had a broomstick.
We played handball.
You played handball?
Yeah, with the big blue ball, the skybounds. You guys played it with the small hard one out here.
Yeah.
In Venice.
Yeah.
But you don't even see handball courts in California, really. You got to go to the Venice and shit.
Venice has one, yeah. I mean, that's a pretty famous
one. Yeah, that was the blue ball, yeah. We used to sit in the park and play handball. They're for money, drink, smoke.
So you guys were just hanging out?
Just hanging out.
Neighborhood guys.
You know, every neighborhood had their own like kind of schoolyard.
Yeah.
So you'd be like 32 Park would be our park.
Right.
And then there was a 21 Park and there'd be 194. It was all like the school associated with the schoolyard.
Yeah.
And then that would be like the kind of cliques that would be like, yeah.
And now you're an adult and you got kids and you go to therapy.
One kid. I go to therapy. We had to reschedule because me and the two-tone had therapy sessions back to back.
This guy's a neighborhood guy. He's talking to his shrink. What the fuck?
That's why.
No, seriously.
That's why.
I've been in therapy forever.
Yeah, you know. I just started going. It's good.
Yeah.
I want to be a good dad. That's my whole thing.
Right. You don't want to fuck them up.
I don't want to fuck them up. I want to be able, I dealt with a lot of shit in my life.
Yeah.
With my mom, my grandfather, my dad, my whole shit. So I kind of want to, I don't want to be in the kitchen one day and have a fucking like nervous breakdown.
Yeah.
My dad's like, why is dad like fucking sobbing in the corner of the kitchen?
Or like you don't want to end up like beating your kids up with a fucking wooden spoon or something.
Obviously that's not gonna happen.
That's not gonna happen. I'm just saying.
No, but I just want to, I want to be a good, I want to be.
Come on. Keep going.
Breaking things. I want to be a good, I just want to be. It makes me a better businessman. It makes me a better father. Just getting it, just dealing with
clearing out
the
detritus,
fucking
right?
riffraff out, just the
shit.
Yeah.
I get that. I mean, I guess. Look, I think anyone could benefit from it. I had to do it because if I didn't do that shit, I'd probably like not to be dramatic, I'd probably be dead.
Yeah,
like, I was just fucking running amok.
Yeah.
So like it helps. It helps, right? You gotta get in there, and everyone's like, for the longest
things in perspective.
Yeah, and New Yorkers, right. You understand things more. And New Yorkers were always, I remember when I was a kid, no one talked about therapy in any way. It was like, especially where I grew up. It was like, are you fucking kidding me?
Are you kidding
me? Nobody.
Hell, not in my neighborhood.
No, and New Yorkers were
fucking guy
more
go to therapy over here.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
What's wrong with your brain, huh?
Yeah, head shrink. I think Tony Soprano normalized it a little bit.
I think so.
That show was basically about fucking therapy. I mean, when you think about it, the whole thing was about therapy, and with a mob backdrop. But the whole thing was like every episode was him in therapy.
Right, but the end of it, the very last part of the end, they go, after a whole fucking, you watch the whole whatever that was, 6, 7, 8 seasons.
Yeah.
And at the very end, the last thing they say is, "Hey, Malfi, you can't treat a psychopath. They're just going to turn it on you."
Yep.
And then you see Tony for because you're watching him go through all the shit, and he gets all depressed. I've watched that show.
I just rewatched it during COVID. Again, it got better. It gets better and better. The little innuendos, the things you never noticed.
God. It's like a fucking opera.
Necklaces, on the fucking stair. Like little shit like that. I was like,
"Are you kidding me?"
Yeah. Can I drink this thing or?
Yeah, no, do whatever you want. Yeah. I'm just fucking talking shit.
Sponsored by.
Yeah, The Sopranos. Like I used to listen. I love everything HBO's ever done for the most part, and I used to think
I was googling last night the best shows ever on television,
and that's
Sopranos, The Wire.
And I used to think The Wire is also an amazing show, and I thought The Wire was superior because it's so realistic.
Mm-hmm.
But then I realized after watching Sopranos season, I watched it probably 4 or 5 times, the whole thing.
Yeah,
it's like a fucking opera. It is also one of the funniest things you've ever seen. It is so fucking funny. It is so dark.
It's fun. It's comedy.
It's everything. Yeah, the comedy.
Silvio's face.
Paulie
Walnuts just living in his one bedroom.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he lives one little TV on a stand.
He goes and kills his mom.
Pussy. The Vito in the gay boy. I mean, there's so many.
The Vito trajectory.
I was just joking. I was just joking around. He's got the
joking. He's got full leather outfit.
Dude, but The Wire was great because The Wire. I mean, half of those guys weren't even fucking actors.
Right.
Like, those were like Snoop, and like half of those dudes were like, Michael K. Williams, but like a lot of those dudes were from Baltimore, like, just like they took them off the street.
And all the best guys were English. That's the other part.
McNulty's
fucking
English.
Avon, they're English, which is like mind-boggling.
That fucked me up.
Right?
When I heard McNulty in that one show, I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, you're like, what the fuck is happening? Yeah.
Yeah, I'll never watch The Wire again now.
I stand by
this.
Even
the mayor.
The mayor. Oh, yeah.
He was like Game of Thrones or some shit.
Yeah. No, listen, I believe that English actors are the best actors. I say this all the time. Have you ever seen Harsh Times? I always talk about it.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
Christian Bale, an English guy, comes to LA.
I've seen them. Yeah, I remember that movie.
And plays a white cholo, perfect. Like he plays it so good.
Was it perfect? I can't. I don't.
Like I've known a white cholo. Like that fool, he was beyond.
Robert Pattinson, who fucking came and did the good time with the good times when he played a guy from Queens.
Oh yeah.
Like I remember seeing him out hanging around my boys who did the movie, and he was
nailed
like,
that.
He fucking killed it. He sounded like me.
That New York vibe,
the Queens dialect, because he's from Queens. Queens is a different dialect. Queens is like a little less how you doing than Brooklyn.
Yeah.
But it's a little less. It's a little more than Long Island. You know what I mean? It's like it's mixed. It's like a Long Island and Brooklyn. It's right in the middle.
Yeah.
So Queens, like the guys from Entourage did a pretty good job too. I'm not
different though.
Like the guy Kevin Connolly did a pretty good job sounding like he was from Queens.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because there's a Queens, like you could hear it.
Kevin Connolly's the pizza boy, right?
Kevin Connolly, was he?
I don't know. Kevin Connolly. He's E.
Yeah. He did a good job. Because it's
I have a great story about E.
It's like Brooklyn, but pulled back a little bit.
Well, the thing about Robert Pattinson in Good Times is that not only did he get the accent, but he got this like.
That movie gave me fucking anxiety.
That's the thing. He got this sketchy hustler thing where he's hustling the woman. He's hustling everybody. Like there's that New York hustler energy that a lot of those guys have, where it's like, I can't put my finger on how to explain it, but you know what I'm talking about. It's like they're capable of doing, they're trying so hard to out hustle everything around them, and it's very sketchy.
Yeah. He did a pretty good job. I mean, the scene with him and the girl watching the TV, it was good. Good movie. I can't watch it again.
Right. No, it's hard to watch sometimes.
Yeah, it's fucking.
It gets in your
those A24 movies give me fucking. I need a Xanax. I can't fucking. What are the other one with the gambling, Uncut Gems?
Yeah, Uncut Gems.
I watched it once, but I'm like, fuck.
It's so good. I love that movie. Those movies are fucking fantastic.
Yeah, Ben Stiller killed that one.
Do you watch?
Not Ben Stiller. Ben Stiller.
Adam
Sandler. Sorry.
Did you watch? Do you watch the other? Do you watch like the Ari Aster movies? You watch like Beau is Afraid? Are you into that stuff?
No, I don't know what that is.
Did you watch Hereditary?
No.
Oh, okay. You gotta see. You like horror movies?
No.
You don't.
To an extent, I like horror like this. I'm good. I seen this. I heard it. Yeah, I can't watch this.
Hereditary is one of the best horror movies I've ever seen. It is fucking.
I like her.
Amazing. It is amazing.
Toni Collette.
Yeah, Toni Collette. She's amazing.
Yeah, she's sick.
It's fucking world class. And then he did this movie Beau is Afraid, which is like, it's just the full. He just went. It's like what's the fucking guy name that wrote?
Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah, it's in the vein of the guy that wrote.
I mean, how scary is it? Suspenseful?
No, Beau is Afraid is more like metaphysically crazy.
Yeah, I could do that.
It's more about anxiety.
I could do like a psychological thriller, but I'm not like with the head getting chopped off like 1,000 corpses, and I'm like,
you don't like that shit.
I mean, I'll watch it, but it's not like
boring to you.
No, I don't like being fucked.
You don't want to be scared. You get spooked.
I don't want to be spooked.
You get spooked. Yeah, this one, Beau is Afraid, is like, it's like living in someone's anxiety. It's like living in someone's neurosis. It's fucking, and it's an insane.
This is him throughout the years. That's him aging,
I guess. But there's almost no plot too. But there is a plot, but there isn't. It's fully. It's a full fucking 3 hour.
I'll give it a shot.
Art film. It's insane.
He's a sick guy.
You have to watch it once. You have to watch it. It's fucking fully. It's fully unhinged. Anyways, so yeah, you're in New York. You're in the fucking park. You're hanging out, and then what happens? You start writing graffiti.
Got into all that, graffiti, that whole thing, going to Manhattan, just getting into like the bars down there, the clubs. But yeah, we started doing graffiti when I was like 15.
Smart crew.
Yeah. Hanging out with all those guys, trying to branching out to different neighborhoods in Queens. They're from another side of Queens. I ended up linking up with them, and we all became kind of just,
So what, Smart Crew is all Queens guys?
No, at the beginning it was, but then it became, Brooklyn, Staten Island.
What is Smart Crew about? I mean, what's that? Like, break it down for someone, like what it means. What
it was two crews at first.
Yeah.
It was SM and ART. It was Luck and May. They both had two different crews, and they became they put the two crews together and ended up becoming Smart Crew.
Is that really how it works?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
SM and ART.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And how big of a crew was it?
It was pretty big. It was like, it was 30 solid dudes.
Yeah.
That were kind of, all kind of doing their own thing in the most part. Around their different areas, different times,
Right. And what did you write?
I can't say that.
Okay, you can't say it's deep.
Bleep. I can say it, but who? I didn't. Yeah.
Right.
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
No. I don't want to get an invoice.
People care. There are people do. It's
I don't want to get an invoice. I didn't have like. I wasn't like nobody to
Yeah.
I wasn't no GK or rhyme or
Right.
Yeah, I just fucked around when.
Who is? But the funny thing is, you think that, right? And you think that, but then you'll run into someone who's like, damn, I used to see you.
I did that one podcast, the other one, the graffiti podcast. I got a lot of love. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a lot of
love.
Yeah.
Like, kids are watching.
I got a lot of love from that. Yeah.
Yeah. It's interesting. Cool. Because I'll be like,
to see me, they see me and then they see me make it out, which is kind of cool. Because when I was looking at older dudes that were like, running, doing that, and like what's he doing? Like, what's he doing now? Like, where is that guy? Like, and like. They kind of know where the thing with Smart Crew is luckily enough was like we're all kind of successful in our own right. You got Action, you got May, you got the real estate dude. You got everybody's kind of doing their own success.
May's in Smart Crew too.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah, he's the leader.
What?
Yeah, he's one of the leaders. Yeah.
See, I don't know what the fuck's going on.
He's looking out coming out. Album came out with Madlib like last week or some shit.
Oh,
Mugs and
really? I didn't know he was a rapper.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Oh hell, I don't know if I can still say, but he's still crushing it.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, I just seen him in New York like when I was there 2 weeks ago. He asked me you want to go around the corner?
Right.
I was like, nah, dude.
Right. You got to hang it up at some point, right?
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
also like, I also am like, there was
catch a charge.
That's what I think about. I'm like, I'm like, wait a minute. I want to go. It's just, look.
I remember when I met you, you were, when I met you, not when I met you, but one time, like one of the times we hung out, me and Sponto were hanging out on the rocks.
Yeah.
Or we were out there eating pizza. What's the one next door? The whiskey?
Mm.
What's the outside?
Yeah.
And you came through.
Yeah.
Cans covered in paint. and you were just ragging homeboy up Sunset. I'm not gonna say who it was.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
And you caught a wreck on Sunset. I was like, that wasn't too long ago.
I was in
Which I really, I'm happy that who you were wrecking.
Everyone should stamp that dude. It just necessary. It should just be mandatory.
I did it in New York when he was.
It's just cover it all. You know what I mean?
It's so
you know who I'm talking about. No, that was a period of my life where I was like, I was partying.
Yeah,
a little bit. I was a little running wild.
This is before I did even. I think I was just visiting.
Yeah.
But we were hanging out, having pizza and wings at
I forget about that. I just forget. I was like, and the thing about me is, it's like it's so easy for me to just start running amok. Like in the middle of COVID, everyone's painting. It's pretty legal. Cops are driving past you.
Yeah, I mean, look at the highways here. It's crazy.
No, it's fucked up.
It's more fucked up now than it's ever been? Or
because the cops are just like, they're just. I mean, they're stopping that now.
Dude, I heard that you get away with DUIs now. Like they're just like letting you they just take your keys and they don't even bring you in. I heard back in the day they used to arrest you here.
Are you kidding me?
Somebody was talking to me the other night. They were like, somebody smacked into my car all high on pills. The cops came and they just fucking let her.
Oh, they don't give a shit.
They let her go. They were like, dude, we can't keep her.
They don't. You got to kill someone to get a cop to do anything right now. It's like
scary.
Really,
scary when you got a kid.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. You grow up, you go out of these things, and you're like, and like to your point, it's like the idea of getting arrested and going to jail. Like, let's say you get arrested for graffiti, right? Let's just say. Now, it'll be fine. Like you probably, you get a lawyer, you're not gonna go to jail. But just the uncomfortability of getting booked into a holding tank and sitting in there and being like in that disgusting feeling. Like, who wants to fucking do? Like, you just want to be comfortable.
You're giving me the fucking weird. Steven, you're using your shoe as a pillow.
Oh God, no! Who wants to do that? It's fucking terrible. Are we on the Patreon yet?
Yeah, just about.
What do you mean? What is that?
So what happens to Patreon? We start getting
we just cuss. Like you start cussing. You start talking about beef. It's all beef. Patreon is all Paulie's beef. Old beefs. He's gonna bring back old shit.
I don't got no beef.
Old beefs. He's gonna unearth the old beefs that he settled, and we're gonna talk about it. And it's gonna bring it back into the light, and then he's gonna have to relive those beefs. So sign up for the $5. You're gonna hear about his beefs. It's vast. The man's beef.
I got no beef. The only beef I got is in sandwiches.
That's right. There's no beef. You get this. Also, what?
That's your camera.
That's my camera.
That's your camera,
guys.
That one over there, the one that we haven't even been looking at.
The one we've been ignoring. I look at it sometimes. How are you?
Is my shoe in the way?
Good to see you. Listen, go to the Patreon. We're gonna talk about a lot of things. We're talking about getting to an age where like beef is something that when you're a kid, you're excited to have beef. It's like it's kind of thrilling. I got beef with this guy, and you don't know what's gonna happen.